The arena is tense. Last week was fury. This week is fire. The lights cut. Silence strangles the forge dome. Then boom! A burst of glitter explodes across the stage. Pink lightning fires from the LED ramp. A beat drops so hard it rattles the bones of every fan in the front row. And through the smoke walks the storm they all warned you about. Vyxen Starr. She doesn't strut, she dominates. One step at a time. Heels cracking like gunshots on steel. She's not smiling. She's calculating. Not just entering the ring, claiming territory. The crowd? Divided. Half screaming like she's royalty. Half booing like she's the villain. But no one looks away. She wears a glitter-drenched robe that glows in the strobes. Her red-streaked blonde hair whips in the breeze of her own momentum. She throws her arms wide like she owns the sky, then spins, slow, theatrical, and rips the robe off mid-ramp. It falls like a slain dragon behind her. Underneath, black and crimson ring gear sharp enough to cut diamonds. Glitter. Leather. Fury. This isn't fashion. It's armor. She mouths something into the camera as it zooms in close. No mic needed. Watch her run. Then she hits the ring. One hand on the middle rope, one knee lifted, crawling under like a viper sliding toward its kill. She springs up, hits the ropes, leaps onto the turnbuckle like she's weightless. Flashbulbs go wild. And that's when the real energy shifts. She stares straight into the lens, still not smiling, not blinking. Inside the glam shell is something dangerous, something cold. She raises her arms again. Boom! A second pyro blast detonates behind her as her name explodes across the screen. Vyxen Starr. She doesn't wave, doesn't wink. She's not here to play. She's here to erase someone. You can feel it. This isn't just another match. This is Vyxen putting the entire division on notice. She's not a diva anymore. She's a weapon wrapped in glitter and grit. And tonight, that weapon's locked on a living nightmare. Because backstage, waiting in the shadows, is her opponent. Not some rookie. Not some brawler. But something far, far darker. Vyxen turns to face the ramp, her fists tightening, jaw clenched. Her eyes go dead calm, like the air before lightning strikes, because she knows what comes next. A chill, a silence, a coffin in lace. Tonight, Vyxen Starr enters the ring looking like victory, but standing in her way is the grave, and her name is GraveDame. The lights drop. Not dim, gone. Like the entire arena just fell into a pit. The Forge Dome goes dead quiet. No music. No crowd noise. Just the eerie hum of silence pressing into eardrums. Then, a heartbeat. Boom, boom. It echoes like it's coming from under the ring. Suddenly, violet smoke creeps across the ramp. Thick. Unnatural. It slithers like mist from a graveyard in a storm. Then, a chime. Soft. Haunting. Like a music box with a cracked key. And from the smoke emerges a silhouette. Slow, deliberate, terrifying. GraveDame. A tall, statuesque shadow draped in black lace and silver bones. Her veil flows like liquid ink, face hidden beneath it. Her steps are glacial, methodical. Each one sends a chill crawling up the spines of every fan in the front row. The crowd murmurs. No chance. Just awe. Dread. Her long fingers, clad in claw-tipped gloves, stretch outward as if reaching for something or someone. She carries a single white rose, wilted, gripped tightly. She pauses halfway down the ramp, tilts her head. The lights behind her flicker, as if even the electricity fears her. Then she continues forward. Inside the ring, Vyxen Starr narrows her eyes. The confidence hasn't left her face. But something else has arrived. Stillness. Readiness. The kind you only feel before a storm breaks loose. GraveDame ascends the steel steps, never breaking her rhythm. 1 foot. Pause. 1 foot. Pause. As if counting the steps to your grave. She raises her head slightly, letting the veil fall back just enough to reveal black lipstick, bone-pale skin, and eyes so cold they make fire feel irrelevant. And then, she drops the rose, right outside the ropes, like a warning, or a countdown. She enters the ring, slowly crawling under the bottom rope like something crawling out of a tomb. Her spine arches unnaturally. She stops in the center, kneels, and raises both arms. Suddenly, the lights explode back on. Boom! Black pyro rains down like ash from the rafters. The Titantron screams her name in blood-red letters. GraveDame. Still, she doesn't speak, doesn't move, just stares at Vyxen. 2 women, 2 legacies. One built on glamour and fury, the other on fear and silence. The crowd doesn't know who to root for, because tonight, this match doesn't feel like sport. It feels like a ritual. One queen stands in gold, the other crawls from shadows. And when this bell rings, only one of them walks out the same. The bell rings, and neither woman moves. The crowd holds its breath. Not a chant, not a whisper, just the heavy hum of anticipation. In one corner, Vyxen Starr stands coiled, eyes blazing, fists clenched. In the other, GraveDame kneels, head lowered, arms hanging like a puppet waiting for its strings to twitch. Then, like a slingshot fired from hell, Vyxen explodes forward. She charges like a bullet and heels, shoulder down, going for an early takedown. But GraveDame doesn't flinch. She rises, slow, timed, and just as Vyxen lunges, GraveDame turns her body and vanishes into smoke. No, not smoke. A sidestep so ghostly, it feels inhuman. Vyxen hits the ropes, bounces back, spins, and throws a blistering forearm toward GraveDame's jaw. Contact, or so she thinks. GraveDame tilts her head, and Vyxen's arm grazes air. Then GraveDame counters, a sweeping back elbow to the throat. The crowd gasps. Vyxen reels. GraveDame follows up with a palm strike to the chest, sending Vyxen staggering back. Not with brute force, with precision. Like every bone in Vyxen's body just got read like a blueprint. But Vyxen doesn't stay down. She wipes her mouth and smiles. Blood. And she laughs. She runs again, this time faking left, spinning into a corkscrew dropkick. It lands. GraveDame stumbles to one knee. The crowd roars. Vyxen climbs the second rope, points down, and launches a diving axe handle. But GraveDame rolls and rises with terrifying grace. She twists around and locks Vyxen in a body scissor clutch, lifting her clean off the mat. Vyxen thrashes. Elbows. Knees. Hair whips. GraveDame hisses. Not a sound of pain, but something darker. A hiss of satisfaction. Then, snap! Vyxen drops down, reverses, and flips GraveDame into the corner. A thunderous impact. Vyxen charges, hits her patented corner spinning heel kick. GraveDame crumples forward. Finally rocked. Vyxen poses for a half second, just enough to hear the crowd. Vyxen! Vyxen! She climbs the ropes. She's going for her signature, the glitter bomb. But GraveDame isn't down. She's crawling, slowly, up the turnbuckle, behind Vyxen. The camera zooms in. GraveDame's eyes are wide, unblinking, hollow. She grabs Vyxen by the waist from behind and slams her with a second rope widow's clutch suplex. Boom! Both women hit the mat with thunder. The crowd erupts. The commentary booth loses it. And in the middle of the chaos, both bodies lie still. Two forces just collided. One with glitter and fury. One with silence and steel. And neither looks like they're getting up first. GraveDame rises first. Her back arched. Fingers twitching. Knees shaking with purpose. She crawls toward Vyxen like a spider stalking its kill. One hand, then another, then a knee, slow, rhythmic, horrifying. Vyxen lies still, breath shallow, eyes blinking into the lights above. The crowd watches in uneasy silence. A few brave voices chant her name. Most stay frozen. GraveDame kneels beside her and reaches out, not for a pin, not for a submission, but to stroke Vyxen's hair. The crowd recoils. Then, wham! Vyxen's leg shoots up and kicks GraveDame square in the jaw. GraveDame reels backward, crashing into the ropes. Vyxen flips over, grabs the middle rope, and pulls herself to her feet. She's bleeding from the lip, mascara streaked across her cheek, but her hands tightened into claws. She screams, and the arena wakes up. She charges. GraveDame ducks. Vyxen rebounds off the opposite ropes, comes flying in with a running double knee. Connects. GraveDame slams down. Her veil tears. Vyxen wastes no time. She mounts and rains down punches. Left, right, left, elbow, slap, forearm. No rhythm. No elegance. Just fury. The ref starts the count. 1, 2, 3. Vyxen backs off at 4 and roars at the sky, chest heaving, arms wide. The fans start chanting again. Vyxen! Vyxen! She drags GraveDame to the corner, hooks her arms into the ropes. GraveDame slumps, exposed, and for the first time, fear flickers in her eyes. Vyxen backs up to the far end of the ring. The crowd senses it. The setup. She runs. Glitter kick. Flying spinning heel to the skull. But GraveDame drops last second. Vyxen's leg crashes into the top turnbuckle. She stumbles backward, limping, pain etched across her face. GraveDame springs up, like a corpse electrified. She wraps her arms around Vyxen's throat and lifts. The gravelock, a suspended chokehold. Vyxen kicks wildly, arms flailing, feet leaving the canvas. Her mouth opens, but no sound comes out. The ref checks her arm, once, twice. She's fading. But then, her hand shoots up. She grips GraveDame's hair and rips the veil completely off. The crowd explodes. GraveDame snarls. Vyxen lands on her feet, staggered but alive. She bounces off the ropes, building momentum. Then she leaps. Glitter bomb, from out of nowhere. She slams GraveDame hard into the canvas. The impact echoes. The fans are on their feet. Vyxen crawls, arm over chest, gasping, twitching, crawling toward the fallen shadow. One hand drapes over GraveDame's shoulder. The ref drops beside them. 1, 2. Before 3 can land, the lights in the arena flicker, then go black. Not again. Something, or someone, is coming. The arena is dark, not dim. Blacked out, a wave of murmurs rolls through the crowd like a tidal surge of confusion. Phones light up in the crowd like scattered stars. Somewhere, a child starts crying. In the ring, neither Vyxen nor GraveDame moves. The referee waves toward the stage, shouting something into his headset, but his mic cuts out. Total silence swallows the Forge Dome. Then, static. A burst of digital noise erupts from the Titantron. The screen flickers with glitching purple symbols, like corrupted code or ancient runes trying to crawl through. A deep, broken voice cuts in. You think this match means something? You think blood, glitter, pain wins you legacy. Then, a name. Kael Nox is coming. The screen goes black again, The lights flash back on, and chaos unfolds. GraveDame is on her feet. Somehow, no one saw her rise. Her eyes are wide, face twisted in pure rage. Vyxen is still crawling, groggy, trying to make sense of what just happened. The bell hasn't rung. But the rules? They're gone. GraveDame grabs the referee and launches him over the top rope. The crowd gasps. Vyxen tries to stand, but GraveDame grabs her by the throat and lifts her into the air, holding her like a trophy about to be shattered. Then, the lights flicker again. But this time, something enters the ring. Not Kael Nox. A figure cloaked in black with silver gloves, tall, fast, silent. They slide under the ropes like a phantom, and with one clean motion, crack, a steel chair smashes into GraveDame's spine. She drops Vyxen. The cloaked figure drops the chair, raises their hood just enough, and grins. It's Salem Strike, another seated warrior, not scheduled to debut for 3 more episodes. The crowd loses it. Vyxen, barely aware, crawls toward GraveDame's fallen body. The ref is still out. No count. She climbs the ropes, stands, breathes, then leaps. Again, one last glitter bomb. Impact. Salem Strike backs out of the ring, vanishing into the crowd. Another referee sprints down the ramp, crawls into the ring. 1, 2, 3. The bell rings. It's over. Vyxen Starr wins. But no one's celebrating. The Titantron crackles again. Dead queens. Buried stars. Shadows rise. The camera closes in on Vyxen as she kneels, glitter and sweat coating her like battle paint. Her eyes scan the dark corners of the crowd. Her hands tremble, because she knows something. This wasn't victory. This was a warning. And whatever storm is coming, she's now its center.